whilst we're talking about high fees or higher fees, which I used to hear a lot of um, myself when I started out, is you actually don't need to charge high fees if you don't want to. Um, and you can make more money than you think at lower fees. So one of the
Mm,
things that I hear from coaches is, well, I've spent all this money on coaching or training, or I need to make a certain amount of money, and well, if I'm charging $50 or $100 a coaching session, then I'm never going to earn enough. And I had a client who who was charging £60. He was charging £60 a coaching session and he was following this model. He was increasing his fee slowly, and he got to £60 a coaching session, and he would sell packages of 10 sessions. And another business, and in 1 week he had two clients sign up, and they dropped off checks for £600 each. And we were on the phone, and he said, "This is starting to get to real money now." Right now, he wouldn't be a millionaire, but that's not an insignificant sum of money. And I remember one of my first clients who was a coach. Um, she created, I think, and I might be getting the details wrong, but it was something along the lines of 13 clients from zero. Like when we started working, it was zero, and within a few months, she had 13 clients, and they were paying her, I think, around $50 a session. Right, and they would have a session, some of them every week, some of them every other week. But let's say on average it was 10 a week. You know, that was $500 a week, which was $2,000 a month, which, whilst again isn't huge sums of money, that's not insignificant. It's not insignificant. And many times I come across coaches and I say, "Well, how much money did you make last year?" And I always ask this question: how much money have you made in the last 12 months? And it'll often be nothing, or a few £1,000 or a few $1,000 or $5,000, and or $10,000. But actually, with a practice that's full, we'd say 10 to 15 clients who are paying a fee that might not seem significant or high at all, but actually with that number of clients, you can start making a small decent income, which would be higher than a lot of other coaches. And then from there, then like as we've talked about, it can keep going up. But so many times I meet coaches. I coached someone last year, and I said, "What do you charge?" And she said, "Well, I've got several packages, up to £10,000." And she had charged, she had made proposals for that, and she hired me. And on the first call, I said to her, "Well, tell me how much money you made. Like, let's actually get clear. How much money have you actually made?" And she goes, "Oh, I don't even want to think about it." And she went away, and it was something like just under £4,000 in the previous 12 months. And I went, "Oh, but I thought you were charging £10,000." And she went, "Yeah, but no one's paid that." And I said, "Oh, but your smaller packages are a few £1,000s each." She said, "Well, I had one person sign up for this small package, and then the rest of it was just online training." And so what we worked on together was that she didn't need to charge. She could grow her revenue from coaching with lowering her price. And so again, it depends on what you want to make. Some coaches say, "Well, I just want to make $30,000 or £30,000 a year." That's really doable with a lower fee. Now, even if you want to make $100,000 or £100,000, if in the first year you're okay with making 30 or 40,000, or 20,000 in the first year, which is a good first year's income, I would say, from coaching. It's more than I made in my first year of coaching. You can do that with lower fees. Um, and then at the other end of the spectrum, if we want to look at coaches who make over $1 million a year, um, there's no one way to do that, including charging. You know, there's a coach that I know, and she hasn't told me what she makes, but she you know, I'm presuming it's over $1 million a year based on a number of things she said. And she charges a $300 a session. Okay, which is not the lowest fee, but you know, but she's got a seven-figure coaching business because she's also doing group programs, she's also doing these other trainings, she's got books out, and she's very wealthy from coaching. But you know, not necessarily going down the road of, okay, well, we need to have 30,000, 50,000, $100,000 clients. You can also create a seven-figure coaching practice, um, by having a completely different business model. And there's not the right way. You know, there's a whole range of options that we can choose. And so I also wanted to make that point, that it's not, you know, the only way isn't the fees have to be high.